All right, so in the build up to the Asia Cup of 2025, we have a major update, and that has come from the Sports Ministry, who have confirmed that the Indian cricket team will not be stopped from participating in the Asia Cup, which means every single match that they play, be it against the UAE, be it against Sri Lanka, potentially be it against Pakistan, the game is on, the match is on. There is not going to be any kind of interference. We are thinking maybe on the 14th will the government pull off something, but no. Sports Ministry has like clearly mentioned
Yeah,
India will not be
but
stopped.
as Siddharth tells you that, I must also add a footnote over that. This is what we're learning through sources at the moment. No official word or a statement has been put out by the sports ministry as yet, but very credible sources at the moment suggesting that not just that match, India's participation in the entire tournament has been given the green signal from the ministry, and there will be no action that will be taken to stop the India Pakistan match from taking place. Remember, it is scheduled to happen on the 14th of September, and the indication at the moment is that no measure, action, or step will be taken to stop that match from taking place. So, as things stand, as has been the understanding till now as well, there is no change in status quo. We've been reporting on Sports Today as well that there is every indication that that match will be taking place, and now we're learning from government sources that indeed that is going to be the case going forward as well. Until and unless there is something massive that happens, there is of course at the ministry level there is government interference that takes place. Then only can you look at the situation changing. But at the moment, nothing to suggest that that match on the 14th between India and Pakistan will not take place.
Even see if it is source based, and even if it is going to be like, okay, they have just quoted some sports ministers at this point in time. It was always on the wall that India versus Pakistan was going to happen. Where was the precedent that it was never going to happen at this particular point in time? Because for two reasons. One, Asia Cup squad announcement, Asia Cup schedule. When the schedule itself was announced, at that point in time, we realized, okay, India versus Pakistan is going to happen. Remember, in the history of the Asia Cup, only once has India boycotted, but that had nothing to do with Pakistan. 1986, so you can check out the video that we have done, that 1986, India boycotted the Asia Cup because the BCCI told them that there were security concerns in Sri Lanka. The LTT Sri Lanka army conflict had just alarmingly risen, and that is why India were told, okay, do not go to Sri Lanka due to security reasons. That's the only time it's ever happened. But in the aftermath of Pahalgam, there was a big chorus that, okay, maybe India shouldn't play Pakistan in any form of cricket or any kind of sporting things that was happening. Yeah. But during the middle of Operation Sindoor, you were playing a beach volleyball encounter. You played multiple squash tournaments against them. You played a Junior Davis Cup against Pakistan. Now, cricket.
There was a bridge match also, Siddharth, that had happened not too long back.
Correct. There was a bridge game also. But you were facing two litmus tests. One, the Asia Cup. Okay, supposing if you had boycotted that, there was a big call to boycott it. But then how could you have boycotted the October 5 India versus Pakistan ICC Women's World Cup encounter? Now, looking at it, why doesn't the Indian government want to take a stance on it? See, it's now no use now blaming the BCCI, because the BCCI is going only by the directive of the government. Now, the government has said the match is on, you can play.
Yeah,
Why then should
I
they go
see,
against
it's time that we address some of those questions that we see or some of the comments that I sort of see at the moment in the comment section as well. Quite a lot of you unhappy with this development and are hurling abuse at the BCCI. One thing we must make extremely clear at the moment, BCCI is only following orders of the union government. So nothing that the BCCI can do. The BCCI has been told that you go participate in this tournament, you play that match on the 14th. Why that is the case is something we'll have to wait and see, and we'll only need the government to come forward and give us more clarity on that, or somebody from the sports ministry, because the BCCI will say that, listen, every time in the past as well, what we've seen is that we've needed permission from the union government to be playing a certain tournament, to be traveling overseas if we are playing against Pakistan as well. Remember in the Champions Trophy as well, as was the case a few months back, the BCCI had communicated what it had been told by the government to the ICC and the PCB in multiple meetings that had taken place, that no, we are not getting the clearance from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we are not getting the clearance from the from the concerned ministries to be featuring in this match in Pakistan. Yes, we can play against Pakistan, but we cannot travel to Pakistan. So even for multi-nation tournaments, what we've seen is that traveling to Pakistan has been a bit of a roadblock, has been a hitch in the past as well. Now though, what has changed is, or rather the one thing that remains the same and the one thing that has changed is, one, that the political sentiment around India-Pakistan match has changed. On multiple counts, you're looking at isolating Pakistan. On multiple counts, you're looking at severing ties with Pakistan. But when it comes to cricket, you thought this would be the litmus test for us as a nation. But cricket is going to happen regardless of the political mood changing, the sentiment changing, the match will go through. And this is where you and I as citizens perhaps have these questions on our mind at the moment.
See, everybody. Yes.
The official
The
statement
official
also.
statement has also
Okay.
come. So what about it? The official statement has also come that the sports ministry has got it. We have just gotten the notification.
Yeah, well,
at
let me
this
just
point.
read that out to you as well. The official document is
Yeah.
also out, as Rahul confirms that story for us.
Yep. So yes, it is
So it is
officially come.
no longer just source based. There is an official document that has been released by the sports ministry. The subject line of that says India's policy towards international sporting event. India's approach to sports events involving Pakistan reflects its overall policy in dealing with that country. In so far as bilateral sporting events in each other's country are concerned, Indian teams will not be participating in competitions in Pakistan, nor will permit Pakistani teams to play in India. By the way,
ACT.
this goes against what we have just seen in the Asian Hockey Cup.
Both in the Asian Champions Trophy and also when you look at it, the Junior Hockey World Cup, which will be held in Chennai. Now, it's simply old wine in a new bottle when you have to look at it, because the litmus test was going to be ICC and major multi-nation tournaments. If you wanted to be new India, you could have said a diktat that, okay, we are not going to play Pakistan anywhere. But then the problem with hockey, the problem with all the other sports.
Let me just, Siddharth, just a moment, sorry to cut you short. Let me read out that one paragraph which talks about why this decision has been taken. So the sports ministry in its memo says that with regards to international and multilateral events in India or abroad, we are guided by the practices of international sports bodies and the interest of our own sports person. It is also relevant to take into account India's emergence as a credible venue to host international sports events.
So see, this is the smoking gun. This particular statement that Harshit has read is the typical smoking gun. Now, why couldn't India refuse Pakistan in the hockey events?
This takes me back, Siddharth, to remember what on a couple of occasions I remember saying on the dugout or otherwise if we've done videos. I think all of this is being done with an eye on the 2036 bid
Exactly.
for the Olympics.
Now, if you deny any country from visiting your own during a multi-nation sporting event, you are inviting sanctions from the IOC. If you look at Olympics, sanctions from the IOC would mean you are hosting rights for either Commonwealth or either the Olympics takes a big hit. Remember, India are wanting to host two major events in this next 6-year cycle when you look at, or 10-year cycle. CWG 2030, 2036 Olympics. Everything is on the 2036 Olympics, which is why they will invite every nation that comes, be it hostility or be it friendly, they will invite them. But in cricket, now why this thing has come under international sporting bodies? Because cricket is part of 3 Olympics potential. 2028 confirmed, 2032 Brisbane all but confirmed, 2036 also. 3 consecutive Olympics you're going to host cricket, and if cricket is not part of the Olympics for which it works so hard for, then what is the point of playing? So that is why India is now bound by the fact that since it comes under the Olympic ambit, you cannot deny hosting to any particular country irrespective of bilateral ties. Pakistan, remember, pulled out because they thought it was a security concern. That's why they pulled out of Rajgir. They're potentially pulling out of even Madurai. But you're all saying, why doesn't India do what Australia did in 1996? But boss, there you had a terror attack in January. killing hundreds of people in Colombo. That's when Australia decided we'll pull out. Even the West Indies pulled out, but that was a security concern. The operative word is security concern. So that's why India, because now it's under the ambit of international sporting bodies, they cannot deny any kind of thing when it comes to Pakistan. So yes, confirmed Asia Cup will be played, all the matches will be played, India Pakistan will be played, people will cheer on, and then the same sentiment will go, oh, we have taken revenge for Operation Sindoor on the field. Same like what happened with Pulwama 2019. Same, the same script is repeating in a karmic cycle of 2019 all over again. And that's why, should we be surprised and shocked? No, never. We can't be surprised or shocked, because from 99 till now, nothing's changed. 14th, everybody will cheer, you'll enjoy a match, you'll be doing an analysis at this point in time. You all can personally decide not to watch it, but that is the way it goes.
Okay, it's a developing story. It continues to develop as we speak, in fact, but that's the update that we wanted to give you. It's no longer unofficial. It is official now. This is not coming through sources. Now the ministry, sports ministry, has released a proper document confirming India's participation, and it has said that, listen, there is no bilateral engagement. It has been our policy that we play them only in multilateral tournaments, and we are going to be doing just the same. This is what the international sporting protocol is, and we don't intend to breach that protocol, keeping in mind the fact that India is a venue, it's an international sporting venue as well. And this, if you ask me, is the operative bit, not just reflecting or not just encapsulating what India has been as an international sporting venue, but there is, if you ask me, something in the future as well that the government has in mind as well. This leaves us with a lot to ponder as well, as a sporting nation, as a nation that prides on its on its national integrity as well, on its on its nationalistic values. But this is a conversation that will keep happening. And one thing we must understand now is, whether we like it or not, in our individual capacities, we can take a decision, as Siddharth said, whether we want to go ahead, watch this match. How is it that you would want to, lodge your protest? Well, you need to think about that, as to what your nationalism allows you to do, your sense of patriotism allows you to do. But for now, we'll take your leave. But not only is India Pakistan happening on the 14th, there could be a second and a third match as well. For that, Pakistan needs to play extremely well on the cricket field, chances of which look bleak given the kind of turmoil that the cricket team is in. But while blood and water may not flow together, cricket definitely
Blood and
stands.
sports. Blood and sports in India, Pakistan definitely mixed together. So, thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this update. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis from me and Harshad. It's bye bye. We'll be back soon with more videos.